Good afternoon. Welcome to the April 15th Saratoga County Board of Supervisors meeting. We'll begin with a roll call.
Supervisor Anderson.
Here.
Arnold. Absent. Ball.
Present.
Barrett.
Here.
Brennan.
Here.
Butler.
Here.
Connolly. Absent. Fish.
Here.
Grasso.
Here.
Kanowski. Absent. Lant.
Here.
Madigan. Here. Murray.
Here.
Ostrander. Absent. Peck. Absent. Richardson.
Here.
Thompson. Absent. Tollison. Kevin Beach. Absent. Matt Beach.
Here.
Winnie. Absent. Wright.
Here.
Young. Here. Quorum present.
Very good. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the invocation from Father Daniel McHale from St. Edward's the Confessor Church. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Good and gracious God, source of wisdom and guidance, as we gather together during this most hallowed week for our Jewish and Christian sisters and brothers, we ask for your assistance in helping us approach our deliberations with open minds, listening respectfully to all perspectives, and seeking common ground for the common good of the residents of Saratoga County. Grant us clarity of thought, courage in our convictions, and compassion in our actions as we strive to help strengthen the bonds of charity and mutual aid within our communities. With gratitude for the opportunity given to us and an abiding respect for the people we represent, we humbly implore your blessing upon this our gathering. And we ask our prayers through your holy name. Amen.
Father McHale for being here today. It's obviously a busy week at St. Edward's the Confessor Church. And Father Butler was here last year and blessed us. And we're so honored to have Father McHale here. He's newer to the St. Edward's Parish, but is a wonderful person, effective communicator, and has such a wonderful, kind, and gentle soul. And I really appreciate what you do for our community in Clifton Park and our faith community, which just continues to grow by leaps and bounds. So thank you for being here, Father.
Thank you very much. Absolutely. Sounds good. Appreciate it. God bless.
Thank you. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of March 18th.
So moved. Second.
Okay, Mr. Grasso, Mr. Butler, thank you. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Correspondence?
Notice from the State of New York Department of State that local law number 1 of 2025 has been filed.
Received and filed.
Thank you note from Shenendehowa Helping Hands Food Pantry for the funding award.
Received and filed.
Invitation from the Southern Adirondack Library System inviting supervisors to their May 19th annual trustee meeting.
Received and filed. Copy to all supervisors.
Notification from Ben Skillings of his resignation from the Youth Advisory Board.
Received and filed.
Email from Molly Gagne of Saratoga Springs expressing her support of last call changes.
Received and filed. Copy to all supervisors. Thank you. Reports of committees. Are there any reports at this time? Okay, seeing none, we'll go to resolutions. The clerks will read through those, please.
Resolution 86, introduced by Airport Improvement, setting a public hearing on a proposed lease with Alexis at the Airport, Inc. for operation of the restaurant space at the Saratoga County Airport. Budget impact statement, no budget impact.
Resolution 87, introduced by Health and Human Services, proclaiming May 2025 as Mental Health Month in Saratoga County. Budget impact statement, no budget impact.
Resolution 88, introduced by Health and Human Services, proclaiming May 2025 as Older Americans Month in Saratoga County. Budget impact statement, no budget impact.
Resolution 89, introduced by Health and Human Services, accepting adoption and legal guardianship incentive funds from the New York State Office of Children and Family Services and amending the 2025 county budget in relation thereto. Budget impact statement, the budget will be amended to accept these funds and authorize the related expenses.
Resolution 90, introduced by Health and Human Services, accepting a drinking water enhancement grant from the New York State Department of Health and amending the 2025 county budget in relation thereto. Budget impact statement, the budget will be amended to accept these funds and increase fund balance by $152,335.
Resolution 91, introduced by Public Works, authorizing the implementation and funding of 100% of the costs for the Riverview Road Culvert Replacement Project in the town of Clifton Park, of which qualified costs may be reimbursed from Bridge New York culvert funds, and amending the 2025 county budget in relation thereto. Budget impact statement, the budget will be amended to accept these funds and authorize the related expenses.
Resolution 92, introduced by Public Works, authorizing an agreement with Johnson, Merriman, and Thompson, Inc. for professional services related to the Riverview Road Culvert Replacement Project in the town of Clifton Park. Budget impact statement, no budget impact. Funds are included in the department budget.
Resolution 93, introduced by Public Works, amending an agreement with Barton and LaJudas DPC for professional services related to a biennial update to the county's solid waste management plan and amending the 2025 county budget in relation thereto. Budget impact statement, the budget will be amended to authorize the related expenses and decrease fund balance by $9,000.
Resolution 94, introduced by Human Resources and Insurance, authorizing a pollution liability policy through Liberty Surplus Insurance Corporation and amending the 2025 county budget in relation thereto. Budget impact statement, the budget will be amended to authorize the related expenses and decrease fund balance by $5,345.56.
Resolution 95, introduced by Human Resources and Insurance, authorizing the county's insurance coverages through May 8th, 2026, and amending the 2025 county budget in relation thereto. Budget impact statement, the budget will be amended to authorize the related expenses and decrease fund balance by $41,896.85.
Resolution 96, introduced by Public Safety, proclaiming May 18 through 24, 2025 as Emergency Medical Services Week in Saratoga County. Budget impact statement, no budget impact.
Resolution 97, introduced by Public Safety, amending an agreement with CPL Architects, Engineers, and Landscape Architect DPC for engineering and architectural services related to the county's Fire Training Center project. Budget impact statement, no budget impact. Funds are included in the department budget.
Resolution 98, introduced by Public Safety, authorizing an agreement with E-Group Enabling Technologies LLC for software related to the county's computer-aided dispatch mobile E911 system at the Saratoga County Sheriff's Office. Budget impact statement, no budget impact. Funds are included in the department budget.
Resolution 99, introduced by Public Safety, authorizing an agreement with E-Group Enabling Technologies LLC for services related to the installation and implementation of software at the Saratoga County Sheriff's Office. Budget impact statement, no budget impact. Funds are included in the department budget.
Resolution 100, introduced by Public Safety, accepting a Public Safety Answering Points Operation Grant from the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services and amending the 2025 county budget in relation thereto. Budget impact statement, the budget will be amended to accept these funds, authorize the related expenses, and increase fund balance by $37,203.28.
Resolution 101, introduced by Public Safety, proclaiming April 13th through 19th of 2025 as Public Safety Telecommunicators Week in Saratoga County. Budget impact statement, no budget impact.
Resolution 102, introduced by Public Safety, proclaiming May 4 through 10 of 2025 as National Correctional Officers and Employees Week in Saratoga County. Budget impact statement, no budget impact.
Resolution 103, introduced by Economic Development, authorizing the transfer of funds from the Economic Development Grant Reserve and amending the 2025 county budget in relation thereto. Budget impact statement, the budget will be amended to increase expenses and decrease the Economic Development Grant Reserve by $33,643.77.
Resolution 104, introduced by Trails and Open Space, authorizing the transfer of funds from the County Trails Development Reserve and amending the 2025 county budget in relation thereto. Budget impact statement, the budget will be amended to increase expenses and decrease the County Trails Development Reserve by $20,000.
Resolution 105, introduced by Law and Finance, authorizing an agreement with Hackett's Hill Solar LLC for the purchase of solar energy credits. Budget impact statement, no budget impact.
Resolution 106, introduced by Law and Finance, authorizing an agreement with Middle Line East Solar LLC for the purchase of solar energy credits. Budget impact statement, no budget impact.
Resolution 107, introduced by Law and Finance, authorizing an agreement with Middle Line West Solar LLC for the purchase of solar energy credits. Budget impact statement, no budget impact.
Resolution 108, introduced by Law and Finance, authorizing the reallocation of funds for Microsoft Office 365 licenses to address budgetary needs. Budget impact statement, no budget impact.
Resolution 109, introduced by Law and Finance, authorizing an agreement with Jersen Construction Group LLC for work related to primary clarifier upgrades at the Saratoga County Sewer District No. 1 wastewater treatment plant. Budget impact statement, no budget impact. Funds are included in the department budget.
Resolution 110, introduced by Law and Finance, authorizing an agreement with Spring Electric, Inc. for work related to the primary clarifier upgrades at the Saratoga County Sewer District No. 1 wastewater treatment plant. Budget impact statement, no budget impact. Funds are included in the department budget.
Resolution 111, introduced by Law and Finance, authorizing an agreement with Precision Trenchless LLC for work related to the rehabilitation of the Englemore sewer system in the town of Clifton Park. Budget impact statement, no budget impact. Funds are included in the department budget.
Resolution 112, introduced by Law and Finance, authorizing an agreement with MJ Engineering, Architecture, Landscape Architecture, and Land Surveying PC for design and construction phase services related to sewer rehabilitation work required in the Clifton Gardens and Dwaskill area in the town of Clifton Park. Budget impact statement, no budget impact. Funds are included in the department budget.
Resolution 113, introduced by Law and Finance, authorizing an agreement with Flatch Industries, Inc. for work related to the upgrade of the Spa Park Pump Station. Budget impact statement, no budget impact. Funds are included in the department budget.
Resolution 114, introduced by Law and Finance, authorizing an agreement with Roselle East, Inc. for work related to the upgrade of the Spa Park Pump Station. Budget impact statement, no budget impact. Funds are included in the department budget.
Resolution 115, introduced by Law and Finance, proclaiming April 2025 as County Government Month in Saratoga County. Budget impact statement, no budget impact.
Resolution 116, introduced by Law and Finance, requesting that the New York State Legislature pass Senate Bill S 6998 and Assembly Bill A 7634 to amend Section 1202G of New York State tax law. Budget impact statement, no budget impact.
Resolution 117, introduced by Law and Finance, requesting the New York State Liquor Authority to restrict the hour of sale of alcoholic beverages in Saratoga County. Budget impact statement, no budget impact.
Resolution 118, introduced by Chair of the Board, appointing a member to the Saratoga County Fire Advisory Board. Budget impact statement, no budget impact.
Very good, thank you. Is there a request for separate votes?
Chairman, I would request a separate vote on resolution 117 pertaining to the State Liquor Authority restricting hours of sale in Saratoga County.
Okay, 117 is noted. Any other requests for separate votes? Okay. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adopt all resolutions minus 117. Mr. Ball, second by Mr. Murray. Discussion on those resolutions. Okay, roll call.
Supervisor Anderson. Ball,
Yes.
Barrett,
Yes.
Brennan,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Fish.
Yeah.
Grasso,
Yes.
Lant,
Yes.
Madigan,
Yes.
Murray,
Yes.
Richardson. Tollison. Matt Beach,
Yes.
Winnie, I'm sorry, is absent, right?
Yes.
Young.
Yeah.
Motion passes.
Okay, very good. We'll now consider number 117. If there's a motion to place that on the floor, Mr. B.
That motion.
Second.
Ms. Madigan, second, thank you. Discussion on 117. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Your microphone, Supervisor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to the members of the Board of Supervisors that I sit here with for giving this resolution serious consideration, the last call resolution. This vote, and I sure do hope it passes. We are, I guess, in the middle of spring break for schools, and I've noticed we are missing quite a few supervisors today. But it's an important vote. The Saratoga Springs City Council, as far as I know, has been debating this for almost 2 decades. I go back to 2010, when then Commissioner of Accounts John Frank tried to bring to the county, making early bar closings 3 a.m. from Labor Day to Memorial Day. We jump ahead to 2012, and then Public Safety Commissioner Chris Matteson wanted to introduce 3 a.m. across the board year round. And that was following this night owl brawl and a New Year's Eve stabbing in the city of Saratoga Springs. We fast forward to 2022 and we have a shootout on Broadway. I think trying to, have some earlier bar closing, 2 a.m. from November 1st to April 30th and 3 a.m. from May 1st to October 31st is a good, with an exception for New Year's Eve, 4 a.m. Would work well for the county. I don't believe we're trying to limit business, but ensure the public safety of people who visit our county and visit Saratoga Springs and the vibrant lifestyle there that we have. So I sure hope this passes, as it again is designed to really enhance the public safety of the city and the county. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. If I might make one point, I made this point at the beginning of the public hearing as well. A term that's been used around discussing this topic for many years at this point, whether it's here or other parts of the county, is it's often, maybe always, called bar closing times. And that's not what this legislation is, and that's the reason why it was named last call. Last call is a term that's used to establish the time when it's the last call for alcohol. The legislation does not mention anything about when an establishment is required to close, but does set a standard for last call. And I made that point at the beginning of the public hearing because in a lot of the information that's publicized, it always refers to bar closing times, and that's not a good description of what's included in this proposed legislation. So I just think it's important to make that point again today for everybody's consideration. And there has been and might still be some confusion about that with many folks that while they're discussing this topic. Mr. Tollison, you had your light on?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Certainly I respect my fellow supervisors in the city of Saratoga Springs. However, as I said in Law and Finance, I'm voting no on this resolution. I do believe that the businesses in Saratoga County that have serve alcohol have the ability to make last call whatever they want it to be. Certainly following state law till 4 a.m. Is earlier in the morning for some people, but some people work late at night, and that's when they have the ability to go out and maybe have a drink. I don't think it's, I certainly understand the issues that are in Saratoga Springs, but for myself as supervisor of the town of Half Moon, they don't equate to the businesses down here. That's why I'm voting no.
Thank you. Anyone else that would like to speak on this matter? Okay. We'll go to the. Oh, I'm sorry, Supervisor Fish.
Supervisor, you just need to turn your microphone.
Just hit the microphone button if you might. Thank you.
It's right in the middle. There you go.
Does the resolution, it doesn't say that the bar will close at 3 o'clock. It says at last call is 3 o'clock. So what's stopping somebody from buying more than 1 or 2 drinks and staying until 4 o'clock and drinking anyways? You know, it seems like that the people that own a bar should be able to control their bar. And by coming through with this, what we're doing is we're allowing these people to buy more than 1 drink, stay there. And that, I think that if you wanted to pass something like that, that you should actually look at it and maybe put some more legislation into it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Make sure we don't miss anybody. Okay, roll call, please.
Supervisor Anderson. Ball,
No.
Barrett,
Yes.
Brennan,
No.
Butler,
No.
Fish,
No.
Grasso,
Yes.
Lant,
Yes.
Madigan,
Yes.
Murray,
Yes.
Richardson, Collison, Matt Beach,
Yes.
Wright, Young. Motion fails.
What's that?
Motion fails.
Yes, okay. Any unfinished business and new proposals to be heard?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes. Ms. Young?
I just would like to take a minute to commend the swift and efficient response of both the Saratoga County Sheriff's Office and the New York State Police to the 2 unrelated officer-involved incidents last night in the town of Malta. Their quick response and their quick response, because of their quick response, no law enforcement personnel or bystanders were seriously injured. I believe that this is a testament to the training, dedication, and commitment of our law enforcement officers to protect both the public safety and the well-being of the community. I think that we're pretty lucky here in Saratoga to have such a dedicated force of law enforcement. So thank you.
Yeah, it was definitely definitely a difficult week in the town of Malta and Saratoga County. And as always, our officers demonstrated professionalism, and we thank them very much for what they do. All right, any other business to come before the board today? Okay, public input. Do we have, how many speakers do we have?
We have 1 speaker,
Okay,
Darlene McGraw from Saratoga County regarding housing.
Darlene, you just need to turn the microphone on at the front button. Or it's on.
Hi, my name is Darlene McGraw. I wanted to reinstate just what was resaid. I want to thank all of our law enforcement officers, EMS, our firefighters, the coroner, and everybody else that was involved in all this recent stuff that went on in Malta, the town of Malta. We never know where this stuff could go on. And just because somebody says, it's not gonna go on in my community, this NIMBY attitude, not my backyard, needs to stop in different areas. And that goes on to say what I'm talking about. First of all, I am a person with autism. April is Autism Acceptance Month, not necessarily Awareness Month, it's Acceptance Month. There's people like myself with disabilities. I feel we're getting warehoused in housing that is not, it's substandard. 1999, there was a case, Olmsted versus Lois Curtis, in the Supreme Court. It decided that states must provide community-based servings in the least restrictive environment when a person does not oppose and cannot be reasonably accommodated by such, forcing those individuals with disabilities to live in certain areas, certain neighborhoods. Therefore, I believe it is wrong and illegal. One municipality here in Saratoga County states, quote unquote, a community residence may not be located within 1,000 square feet property line to line from a child care facility or a town park, subject to provisions under the New York State Mental Hygiene Law, subsection 41.34, end quote. That being said, the state is where we get a lot of our funding from. I am currently receiving housing subsidy from the county, and part of that money, I'm sure, is coming from the state. And a lot of times we get our money from other things from the state. Now, the ADA, American with Disabilities Act, no matter where you are, whether it's from federal, state, county, or other municipalities, you all have to comply. I also understand that costs are now exuberant for rent. But now the rent costs that are quote unquote reasonable and affordable are for substandard housing that now we have to go back and get other types of housing. I feel people like myself are now getting warehoused in housing that is substandard. We need to make sure we can keep our county as accommodating as we can. And I want to make sure we can keep our county green and clean. And if you can, think of the song Big Yellow Taxi. Thank you. Hope you have a great day.
Okay, we had two resolutions here that commemorate very important dates during the year that do display appreciation for members of our public safety team. The two resolutions were the Public Safety Telecommunicators Week and National Correctional Officers and Employees Week. So I'd like to first ask Sheriff Zerlo and members of his team to join me up front. So the full resolution states, whereas emergencies can occur at any time that require police, fire, or emergency medical services. Whereas when an emergency occurs, the prompt response of police officers, firefighters, and paramedics is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property. And whereas the safety of our police officers, firefighters, and paramedics is dependent upon the quality and accuracy of information obtained from citizens who contact the Saratoga County Sheriff's Office Communications Division. And whereas public safety telecommunicators are the first and most critical contact our citizens have with emergency services. As public safety telecommunicators are the single vital link for our police officers, firefighters, and paramedics by monitoring their activities by radio in providing information and ensuring their safety. And as public safety telecommunicators within the Saratoga County Sheriff's Office have contributed substantially to the apprehension of criminals, suppression of fires, and treatment of those in need of medical care. Whereas each telecommunicator within the Saratoga County Sheriff's Office has exhibited compassion, understanding, and professionalism during the performance of their job during the 166,928 calls for service handled just during 2024. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Supervisors hereby proclaims the week of April 13th through 19th, 2025 as Public Safety Telecommunicators Week in Saratoga County in honor of the men and women of the Saratoga County Sheriff's Office Communications Division, whose diligence and professionalism keep us safe, and be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. So we have some Sheriff Zillow representatives of our telecommunicators team here. And on behalf of the Board of Supervisors, thank you for everything you do each and every day. And certainly the information in this resolution makes it quite clear you're very busy. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now I'd like to ask, Colonel Emery, you have some time members here as well. Second resolution pertains to our correctional officers. National Correctional Officers Week was first proclaimed on May 5 in 1984 by President Ronald Reagan when he signed Proclamation 5187 to recognize the men and women who worked in jails, prisons, and community corrections across the country. In 1996, the United States Senate officially changed the name of the week to National Correctional Officers and Employees Week to be recognized annually in the first week of May. The corrections officers at the Saratoga County Correctional Facility are dedicated to safeguarding residents of the County of Saratoga and ensuring public safety. Corrections officers are responsible for supervising inmate conduct and behavior to maintain security within the facility while working to instill positive behavior, attitudes, and skills within the inmate population in order to reduce recidivism and promote successful reentry into the community. Whereas corrections officers strive to maintain a safe working and living environment inside the facility, often in the face of significant challenges and dangers. And it is important that this Board of Supervisors and Saratoga County residents recognize the important work and sacrifices that corrections officers and employees at the Saratoga County Correctional Facility make each day to protect the citizens of Saratoga County. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Supervisors hereby proclaims the week of May 4 through the 10th, 2025 as National Correctional Officers and Employees Week in Saratoga County and encourages all residents to join in honoring our correctional officers and civilian employees who, by their thoughtful and loyal devotion to their responsibilities, have rendered dedicated service to the community while remembering those correctional professionals who have made the ultimate sacrifice, as well as those who continue to face the daily dangers and challenges in our nation's jails and prisons. Again, thank you all very much for what you do each and every day. We know it's not an easy job, and we know you also are very busy, and we appreciate your professionalism and dedication. So God bless you. And we want to thank the representatives of the two departments and teams for being here today. Honored to celebrate their service that they conduct 365 days out of the year. At this point, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Mr. Richardson?
Second.
Mr. Anderson? Thank you. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.